Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Big Tigger Morning Show. My brother from another mother is in the building, Bomani Jones. How are you, sir?
Dude, I'm good. What's going on with you?
I'm just trying to be cool like you know, having new shows and things, dropping game theory on everybody.
Hey, man, I'm trying to keep up with you, man. You over there in the palatial estate over there. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, listen. It's just something that happened courtesy of the pandemic. I had to make another space. How you been, bro?
Dude, I've been good, man. Just working on this show.
Show was excellent. I watched it a couple of times. I love when you open it and just go in on somebody to start the show. How did the show come about and why are you so excited about it?
No, I got a call. I guess this is now about a year ago now, or actually, no, it's 2 years ago. I got a phone call and the guys had already landed a deal for a pilot for kind of a sports comedy hybrid sort of show. And they had somebody placed with it, but that fell through. And they wanted to see if I would be interested. And I was like, interested? This is the job I've always wanted to do, like a job on HBO that does sports, but then expands, you know, beyond what we typically do on sports television. And so, yeah, I was down. And so I got in, did the pilot. They picked it up. And this is the first time I've ever done anything that was really mine and as supported as this has been by the network that we're working for. So this is the dream job. This is the thing that if you are in my position, you always would have wanted to do.
No doubt. It seems like if you've been matriculating along in this wonderful career of yours, you always get called for the black man stuff. Why is that?
I mean, I'm good at it, to be perfectly honest. Like if you need somebody to talk about like a larger social issue and in ways that regular people can understand, then I'm probably a good person for you to call. Like that's the thing that I'm good at. The fun part of it is, though, ain't no telling what you're going to get. Like people come in and make these calls and be like, hey, man, we want to get you to talk about this one thing. All right. But you might want to ask me what I think first.
Before we get the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever, but not everybody's expecting these things when they get them.
Okay. Well, to that point, let's talk about Deion Sanders. He says some things about his recruitment of particular players and particular talent. How did you feel about those comments, and should he have kept that to himself?
Well, yes, number one. He absolutely should have kept that to himself. It was ridiculous. And if you don't know what he said that when it comes time to recruit his quarterbacks, he wants somebody with a 3-5, 2 parents in the home, everything else. Defensive lineman, oh, no. He wants some hardship, right? Like he wants one of those dudes. And I mean, I don't think you have to spell out what the issue is with saying that out loud, number one. Like, I just don't think that's hard to point out. But there's some kid that could be somebody's quarterback, and you're going to say that he can't just because of something that had absolutely nothing to do with him. Like, it implies that there's no way that somebody who comes from a single parent home is capable of becoming a leader. And that just seems to be horribly unfair and not supported by fact.
Mm-hmm. So that lots of people, he's had this roller coaster ride over the last couple of years from Jackson State to where he is now. And lots of people are fans of what he's doing, and some people are not fans. How do you think this all turns out for him in Colorado?
I don't know. And I don't think that anybody has a clear answer for that. He's going to be able to get players to go there in a way that Colorado typically doesn't get players to go there. The thing about Deion in this position, though, and I think that this is important to note, is that up until this point, no one's been required to take him seriously, right? Like, he could just be Deion Sanders. Now he's in a position where, like, saying something like he did about recruiting, no, we take you seriously now, right? There's going to be more eyeballs on him than there had been before. There's going to be tested his levels of accountability. If Colorado doesn't play too well, is he going to stand up and take it and own the parts of that fall on him? Like, those are the things that are going to happen, but I don't think that anybody can really sincerely say they have a real idea of what exactly is going to happen when he's there. Because, look, black coaches don't get to be mediocre. So if he goes up there and they just keep going like 6 and 6, 7 and 5, which would be pretty good for what that school's been recently,
right? He
still might get fired.
Yeah, that's crazy. Talking to Bomani Jones from Game Theory on HBO. So let's shift gears a little bit. Eric Bieniemy. Lots of people didn't understand, even though I'm a Commanders fan and I'm happy to see him there, why he would leave a 2-time champion team and make what lots of people called a lateral move to another team.
Yeah, well, I mean, working for the Chiefs wasn't getting him a head coaching job. Now, everybody else that's had that job for the Chiefs has gotten a head coaching job, but for him, it wasn't working. And so this is like the ultimate, like, got to work twice as hard type scenario. He got to go to a dumpster fire team and hope that he has success there to demonstrate that he could be a guy that could be in charge. Now, my thing with Bieniemy is, I don't know what the reason is, but there is a reason why teams keep passing on him, right? And it's not just because he's black, because they hire other black dudes. Right. I don't know what the reason is they're passing on him, but they are. And what we can't do, and we have a bad habit of this, is get so locked in the case of one black person, right? And so what happens, let's say he gets a job as a head coach, and then let's say he doesn't do well. And then people come back and be like, well, y'all spent all this time talking about this dude, and then look at it. Like, the issue is much bigger than him. But if I had to guess, there's something going on that surrounds him that, whether it's justified or not, is a reason that we're not told as to why it is he can't never get the big job.
Well, we've been told he doesn't interview well, which is one of those.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about interviewing well is you only got to interview well if they didn't walk in there wanting to hire you. Like, we know how processes typically go. They walk in with somebody that they want to hire, right? And if they want to hire you, they will rationalize whatever it is that you did in that interview. You can come in there wearing nothing but a tank top, and they'll be like, yeah, this man doesn't worry about social conventions. You know what I mean? Like, they'll come up with whatever. But he in a position where he got to sway people. And maybe that affects it. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the thing is, but I know it's more than just he's a black dude.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Do you think there'll ever be, I know the answer to that question, but I'll ask anyway. Do you ever think there'll be parity with hiring black coaches in the NFL?
Only if they start paying a lot less. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to turn into a job that white people don't want. Like, if you look at the places that we wind up being dominant and where we got gigs, it's places that white people either don't want to be or have given up on. Like, they done gave up on playing basketball, right? They have decided that the American white man is just not going to do this. So fine, we can make $50 million doing that. You know what I mean? You look at the NFL, like quarterback. It's so funny that as it became required that quarterbacks become more athletic, yes, we've seen more black quarterbacks, but we also all of a sudden see more athletic white quarterbacks, right? They would have told them slow white dudes like, hey, man, time's up for you. We got to move on to these other cats. And these white dudes that can run been like, where you been? I've been waiting on you forever.
Here I am. Let me in the game, coach.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Let's switch to another head coaching situation here in Atlanta. Lots of people were sad to see Nate McMillan go, especially during Black History Month. How do you feel about the franchise here in Atlanta? Do you feel one way or another way about it?
I mean, I trade Young.
Really?
Yeah. He's fun because he's fun to watch, right? And if you like make a playoff run, he's that dude that'll take the shot that somebody has to take, right? He has that, and there's a value in that. But how much you gonna win with that dude being the best player on your team? That's the whole question I have. A little bitty dude who doesn't play any defense. How much you gonna win with that dude as the best player on your team? And that's before we start getting into his interactions with others. Like, if I was running that team, I'd probably try to see if I could find somebody to pass him off on. That's what I would do. I just don't know how far. The best you can get. I just don't know. And this is separate from anything about him personally. Any player that size being the best player on your team, I don't know how much you can win that way. I just don't.
And then they hired Quinn Snyder now for 5 years, formerly, Mike Budenholzer's assistant coach when he was here in Atlanta. How do you feel that's going to work out?
Oh, he can coach. Like, the thing about Quinn is Quinn can coach. And see, that's the thing for Trae Young. Either you're going to get it done with him or you will be gone, because people are going to believe that man knows what he's doing. And if you are the guy that's gone through 2 other head coaches and it don't work with this one, they going to say that the problem is you. But Quinn Snyder can get a lot out of a roster. That we know.
Amen. Yeah, I mean, he was winning out there in Utah before Utah was even Utah.
Right.
Bomani Jones, I appreciate you. Game Theory on HBO. Tell them how to watch it, when it's on, when the new episodes air.
Oh, yeah. Now, check us out. We are on Friday nights at 11 o'clock on HBO. You can also check us out on HBO Max. Season 1 is streaming on HBO Max. You can check out season 2. We took last week off. We're going to be on. And also, we do an edited version of the show that we run on Thursday nights at 6:30 before Inside the NBA on TNT. So you can check that out.
I appreciate you, bro. Happy New Year. Congratulations. Good luck, and always good talking to you.
All right. I appreciate it, man. You take it easy.
My man.